Week 2 of the Big 3 season continues in the Windy City as teams try to find their groove in the early going. Game 1 today features the three-headed Monsters against the Power, a team looking to go 2-0 this season. You see players arriving here in Chicago, wrapping up Week 2, another day of great matchups ahead in the Big 3 Season 5. Welcome inside Credit Union 1 Arena. I'm Sloan Martin alongside Nate Robinson, three-time NBA Slam Dunk champion, former member of Tri-State. We'll hear from Brian Scalabrine in just a moment. And Nate, this is really a week where teams want to make progress.
You got to make progress. It's always good to get some wins early in the season because you don't want to try to get them later. Later is when a lot of teams are equal, and you got to play the point system game, and you don't want to do that.
The leader of the three-headed Monsters for the first time this season. They have a brand new head coach. They are 0-1 after coming up short against the Ghost Ballers last week, but they depend a lot on Kevin Murphy. Fantastic in Week 1.
He is a bucket getter, trust me. Last year he gave us 20-something points, came in, we didn't know who he was. Now he made a name for himself. Everybody know who this guy is.
He absolutely has 28 points, 9 rebounds, tied for first in the Big 10 last week. Now for the Power, they're coming off a win against Tri-State. Glenn Rice Jr., the #1 overall pick in the Big 3 2022 draft, made a statement his first time in the Big 3, taking the floor, but it was him teaming up with his teammate TJ Klein that really made the magic happen for the Power. 39 of 50 points they combined for.
That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to get Glenn Rice Jr. in here because I was a fan of his dad when I was a kid growing up, watching him, hit them jumpers. So I'm excited to see him play today.
Absolutely love to see those connections in the Big 3. And speaking of, we have a mother and son connection between Nancy Lieberman and TJ Klein. Klein making his Big 3 debut with 16 points, a lot of high IQ plays, but energy he brought.
Yeah, when you can shoot from outside and you got a good knack around the basket, it's gonna be hard to stop a guy like that.
Lieberman, the head coach, and Klein are standing by with our Brian Scalabrine.
All right, I'm here with Nancy Lieberman and TJ Klein. First, I want to ask, TJ, have you ever played for your mom before?
Not professionally, no. We didn't even let AAU stuff happen like that, so this is a first for both of us.
How different is it, like her watching you play versus her coaching you?
I think it's a big difference, but she's done a really good job of taking the mom who wants to see you try different stuff versus the coach who wants you to incorporate the offense. So it's been a seamless transition. She's done a great job of differentiating the two.
Any challenges for you?
No, I've watched him play his whole life. Before he came here, I just helped him, but this is his time, his place, and he's with a great team.
All right, thanks, guys.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups presented by PNC Bank. You see the captains, Rashard Lewis. Cuttino Mobley, 46 years old, saw him working out early this morning to prepare for this contest. Several new players on either side. We talked about Glenn Rice Jr., Nicholas Skidishvili, another new addition for the Power as well. And of course, we talk about veterans, have to talk about Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. For both of these teams, looking for balance. A lot of them depending on a couple of scores in Week 1. Here's a look at our betting odds. And Nate, I don't know how much of a bettor you are, but we can at least get your picks for day 2.
Man, today, it's always tough to go against some of your buddies, but Power's always a tough team, so I probably got Power today. I'll probably pick Bivouac because enemies, they never win games. They never win games. Enemies, they come and just lollygagger a lot. And then the last game, probably, who was that? Who was the last game?
We've got Trilogy and Killer Threes.
Trilogy, that's going to be a good one. I'll probably pick the Killer Threes on that one.
All right, we'll see how things go out today. Here's a look at our rules. If you're unfamiliar with the Big 3, no game clock. We're going to 50 points. Halftime is 25. Must win by 2. There is no game clock. It's a 14-second shot clock. And then you'll see some variances with fouls, including the circles on the court, 4-point shots. That's an exciting thing to look forward to, especially with Kevin Murphy on the floor.
You gotta shoot them early. And you gotta hit the rim. You don't hit the rim, the air balls, easy layups. Here we go.
Cuttino Mobley starting things out for the Power under their head coach, Nancy Lieberman. 4-3, that does not fall. Glenn Rice Jr., fantastic in his debut.
it's so cool to see Cuttino Mobley out here still balling. He's like the real Uncle Drew.
I think everyone has these stories when they come back and watch the Big 3. I grew up a Clipper fan, and he was at the peak of his career, bringing that team to the playoffs the first time since they even got to California, and that's how I think of him. Yeah, he transformed that franchise before they became the Clippers of what we see right now.
Yeah, I was a big fan of his when he was in Houston. Him and Steve Francis, they had a nice little combination going, 1-2 punch. He
really made it more acceptable to see the guards, even more undersized ones at 6'4", but posting up.
Yeah, because you don't have to really work too hard. You post up and get some easy baskets with your back to the basket and makes your game open up a little bit more.
Nate, are you saying posting up is easy?
No, for some of these guys, not all of them. It's hard guarding it more than anything. It takes a lot of your energy. I never knew that. Because, 5-on-5, they don't post up because there's too many people on the court.
That's right. Here is Rashard Lewis. Beautiful move off glass for 2.
Sweet Lou. I've been a fan of him forever, too. He's a Seattle guy. Got drafted by the Sonics. Yeah, we used to come watch him play. When I was in college, we used to come to UW and practice and hoop against us in an open gym.
Chris Jr. holds in the air, gets his own tip. Good-looking offense to start. A quick start for both of these teams.
Yeah, you got to get especially. It's going to get chippy in a minute. Don't worry. With big Mr. White out there, it's going to get chippy.
Definitely a mismatch between White and Murphy. And then the basket and the foul for Lewis, making it look smooth.
Sweet Lou. Got the hand in the back. Good pass. Way to move without the ball.
It seems like that turnaround fadeaway jumper is unstoppable, especially for him at 6'11".
I can ask Rashard what he's doing. He look younger. What is he doing? What is he using to wash his face with? He looks younger. Oh my God.
16 NBA seasons for Lewis as White, with his size and power, goes to work, and Lewis fouled again on the boards.
He knows how to get to that free throw line, I tell you that.
Of course, in the Big 3, 1 shot for 2 points for Lewis, keeping the game moving. That's already 2 team fouls on the Power. Lewis week 1, 18 points, 8 rebounds, about what you can expect from him.
That's a hard make. What's up with that rim? My God. This rim, they need to loosen it up a little bit. You hear that make would sound like a brick.
Not getting the friendly bounce. Mobley for 3, not there. And Lewis again on the boards. Finds Simmons in the corner. That's also off the mark. And Mobley gonna clear. He has Murphy on him. A little isolation for Glenn Rice Jr. Takes the contact and finishes in the paint.
Nice floater. Got that 4-1 looking like his dad out there. It's pretty cool to get him out here playing with us, man.
Dad, of course, the NCAA and NBA champion. Very few people can say that, as Simmons will score. And we will step aside for a moment. The three-headed Monsters up 12-6 here early. Rashard Lewis working inside, working the boards, trying to get his team to 1-1. At the break, it is 12-6, three-headed Monsters. Some making up to do for the Power and head coach Nancy Lieberman. Let's listen in.
Let's do it.
Well, we're here in Chicago, and this is actually where the Harlem Globetrotters started almost 100 years ago. And you know, Nancy Lieberman, one of the greatest of all time, men or women, she's still got it. Not even people here in attendance are able to do what she's able to do, and no surprise that she's still got it.
That's hard to do. Even basketball players that know how to hoop, it's tough to do.
Yeah, right?
She made that look easy.
Some of the things like rolling the ball along the inside of your arm, across your chest.
That's tough.
Absolutely. Well, she is an all-time great, a Hall of Famer, and let's listen into what she had to say in that last time out. Actually, she's mic'd up right now, so we'll be able to listen in to what she's saying from the sidelines as Glenn Rice Jr. knocks down the 3.
His game is so relaxed. Like, he doesn't look like he's even trying out there.
Simmons will lose it, but a foul will be called.
Oh, fire, bring the fire. I'm bringing the fire on that.
You think it's the time?
Yeah, he lost that ball.
TJ, but we're 4 fouls in.
Doesn't look like Nancy Lieberman is expecting it, so we play on. Each team gets a bring the fire per half. Little 2-man game between Rice Jr. and Mobley. Flipped up. Rice Jr. was looking for a foul there. Goes out of bounds. That's what's so interesting, Nate, with the big 3. And thinking about bring the fire, the timing of it, the matchup that you might get too. All you have to take into consideration.
The defense always wins on bring the fire, mostly. For some reason, I don't know how.
Royce White, basket and the foul for the Power.
One shot for Royce White.
And it is a 1-point game.
Weight room.
As he goes to the free throw line.
He tell him to hit the weight room shot. Tell you, Sweet Lou, tell you, hit the weight room right there with that and 1.
6-0 run to tie up the game for the Power. That break
way to drive.
effective.
Way to keep going right there, Mr. Murphy.
And much needed for the three-headed Monsters with that run by the Power.
Need that bucket right there.
And that's exactly what Murphy brings. The Big 3 co-rookie of the year in 2021 is Royce White. Spins and finishes on the opposite side.
Man, he's eating up right now. So he's got a mismatch. Give him the ball.
Deep is Lewis. He's not going to miss from there. In fact, he will finish through the
Right
contact.
back at him. That's how you do it, Sweet Lou. Go right back at him.
See Lewis getting deep. He did all the work before he got the ball.
Yeah, they're switching on that elbow, that high pick and roll at the elbow, and Sweet Lou's getting everything he wants down there in the post. He scored like 4 times like that already.
TJ Klein subbing in for Cuttino Mobley. He had 16 points in game 1. Let's check in with Scout.
Yeah, real quick. We got 14 field goals inside of 15 feet, just 1 made outside. So these guys are both teams pounding the paint.
They've been like that for years, last couple years, posting up in the paint. They don't get no real outside shot besides Cuttino, shooting an elbow shot.
Made away for Klein. Did not touch the rim, so a shot clock violation. So, Nate, you think that's just more the nature of these two teams? They want to get the ball inside?
Howard's been like that since day one. A personnel they've had over the years, they have guys that can just post up on you. A couple guys that can stretch the floor, but most of them want to get the easiest bucket possible.
We'll see if that changes with both Rashard Lewis and Kevin Murphy are some of the best three-point shooters in the Big 3. Simmons will dial one up, and that will not get a friendly bounce.
Dive on the floor, who wants it?
Klein, good effort. That's power basketball, 8 on the shot clock. Rice throwing it up. Three-headed Monsters still with a 3-point lead. Murphy working against Klein, gets the whistle.
Oh.
And he will shoot 1 free throw for 2. Hey, you see anything different Klein could have done here?
He played. That's the best way you can play defense. He's got to put his hand up at the end, right there, instead of going towards his body. Just come contest and live with the results.
Multiple players for the three-headed Monsters, just savvy. They are quick. You see it with Murphy as he knocks down the 2-point free
Murphy
throw.
knows how to score, so it's a pretty tough matchup.
Royce White against Abindoye, new to the three-headed Monsters, and the Big 3, Klein. Come couple more tries. He gets one more.
Way to stay with it. Way to stay with it, Mr. Klein.
Hey, when you are a coach's kid, let alone Nancy Lieberman's kid, you're going all-out effort on plays like that. I think that's.
I mean, he didn't dove on the floor. He's showing us the hustle.
Yeah.
He got, he does a little thing, so, and he finishes around the basket.
Lob inside to Ndoye. Saves
Don't even save it. Don't save it. Just let it go out of bounds. He got to know that.
Because again, with the rules, when there's a turnover, you can just score. Don't have to clear it in the Big 3. Simmons one-on-one against Royce White. He attacks and finishes over White. Strong take.
Timeout.
Nancy Lieberman is going to call a timeout. Halftime is at 25 points. So the three-headed monsters could technically get us to that point. And let's see what she's going to draw up for her new squad. This team 1-0 this season and trying to stay in this one. It's a 3-point game, close to the half.
Nice job. Excellent job. When you're getting down, when you know you're going to get screened, make sure you're either going under and coming back up. They're trying to get to the rim. Royce, you're going to be over here. I would take, Glenn, you got the ball here. Take a couple dribbles to him. Nick, you're going to come up and screen for TJ. Take the ball left.
Now let's check in with Scal, who's over at the screen.
All right, I'm here at Microsoft Peak Index, and this is unique. Nate Robinson's shot chart never looked like this. Only 1-3 made. You see a couple of the reds out here, but look at this right here. Both teams are pounding inside the paint, trying to get in there, trying to put all their work inside. And I know the Big 3 is an inside type of league, but I have to admit, out of all the games we've seen this year, we're not usually seeing a shot chart like this.
Thanks, Scal. I mean, it certainly lines up with what we're seeing in basketball more
Scal,
often.
what's my shot chart look like? I get buckets. I don't know. There'll be a lot of green and red. I know that.
Glenn Rice Jr. There's a foul. That's going to go on Nicolas Skidishvili, new to the Big 3.
Didn't he play in the NBA for a little bit?
He did, the former number 5 overall pick in 2002.
To Nuggets?
Denver.
Yeah,
Correct.
I remember that.
Correct. First season in the Big 3. He started his pro career in Italy under Mike D'Antoni. I'd like to see those different connections. And because of the bonus, Kevin Murphy will be at the line.
And make this to get the ball back.
Power picking up some fouls early. And the three-headed monsters can send this to halftime. Just one bucket away as Murphy leaves it for Ndoye. And the Power keep things alive here in the first. Rice attacking, finishing.
Man, he can finish around the basket. I never really seen him play before. Seeing him right now, he got a nice floater, got a nice feel for the game, can shoot it.
Simmons pulling up long range 2, and Ndoye going for that rebound over Skidishvili, and foul will be called. And a technical.
Technical foul called against Towers, number 30, Royce White.
It's going to go against Royce White, who is on the bench right now. So that's going to be more.
Oh, this halftime coming
Another
up.
free throw. Yep. I wonder what he was upset about or contesting. Maybe that foul call on the rebound.
I don't know. I know coach don't like getting texts, giving up free points.
Well, this can add to the lead after that technical foul called against Royce White on the bench. A 2-point foul shot. And possession. But that will be the half. The three-headed monsters up 5 against the Power in game 1 of day 2 of week 2. We've got plenty more action coming up today with the Big 3 in Chicago. A a great one to start out this one. The three-headed monsters of Rashard Lewis attacking first in the first half. Welcome back to Chicago. It is week 2 of the Big 3 season. Game number 1 today. The three-headed monsters at the half, leading 25-20 over the Power. And I got a really strong start to the game for both of these teams.
Yeah, good start. You see Murphy got 10 points. Rashard Lewis got 9. They're trying to, they're trying to keep the scoring up and balance it out, so it's not just one guy taking shots. When you throw the ball down there, Sweet Louis 6'10", so he has a mismatch almost over every single time. I would go to him. I would milk him all night, just so he can go ahead and give us the lead, try to keep the lead.
And Glenn Rice Jr. for the Power, their go-to player. He's leading them with 9 points.
9 points. Nice little flow around the basket. Nice floaters, tip backs, jumpers. He got a nice little game to him. Nice little. He's in control of his movements, his flow. He doesn't let people interrupt where he wants to go. I like his game.
Time to start half number 2 here at Credit Union 1 Arena. It is an interesting matchup to look at Lewis and White because of their size, their power. You want to see them go up against each other in half number 2.
Definitely. I mean, that's the matchup right there. It's like who can get the most stops and who can get the most easiest buckets.
This match here. Lewis from the baseline, tipped out. Good effort by Simmons.
Here go 4-pointer.
Murphy for 4.
Oh.
Almost banks it in. Intentional or not, almost got it to go as Glenn Rice Jr. off one leg. Both these teams starting very efficiently in the first half. Ball not fouling so far, but a foul.
Oh, he called us on Cuttino on the rebound.
It is on Cat.
Oh, he barely didn't even touch. That was crazy. Oh, so timeout. What is it? Hold on. Wait, what?
Apparently it did go against Cat. Did he get a swipe in there?
I don't know. That was crazy.
First I thought it might have been off
referees
ball.
must have saw something that we didn't see. I didn't see him foul him at all.
Biggest lead of the game for the three-headed monsters, 0-1 this season. Team that reached the championship game. Still looking for that first title. It's Rice Jr. Tries to overpower Simmons, and it goes.
Over a double team. His dad used to knock down shots like that back in the day. I used to love watching Glenn Rice hoop. He had that jump shot. It was sweet.
15-year NBA career out of Michigan. Murphy trying to find something against Rice Jr. He's locking up on defense too, but not good enough for Murphy.
Defense better. Oh, that was a tough shot. That's what Murph does. He gets buckets.
Murphy's someone who I think benefits from the space that you have in Big 3 because you can have those ISO situations. Glenn Rice Jr., though, leading the power with his own power.
With the double team. Look, 2 people contest. That was a bucket.
And Murphy, too good to be stopped there along the baseline. A high-powered offensive player for this three-headed monsters team. And as you pointed out, really came out of nowhere from last year as Rice attacks. Rebound pulled down by Simmons.
They could have went up with that. They didn't hit no rim or backboard.
That's coming from a Big 3 veteran there. I got to know.
Gotta
then
know.
you can go right back up.
Oh, easy 3.
Rice Jr. Lewis too late. He can't knock it down.
I'm telling you guys, that basketball is... So not used to shooting a basketball like that. We're used to the leather. You know, the leather the NBA, the Big 3 used to have a couple years ago. That's a new ball.
Hook shot, good for Lewis again.
Got that mismatch. Get that mismatch down there. He might have been 5 seconds in the key, though. He was in there for a minute.
Just overlooking
Lou
that
got a 2-9, Sweet Lou 2-9.
Bryce White looking to get going in the second half. Mobley tripped up, and Murphy is fouled.
6'10", over 6'5". 6'10" wins every time.
He is really polished in the post, even though throughout his entire NBA career, he could really go inside and out.
Yeah, that's the thing with Sweet Lou. He can shoot the outside jump shot, the elbow. He's a 3-level scorer.
Something obviously that would work really well in today's game too is White loses it out of bounds. Rice.
Oh, look at that touch.
Able
Rice
to
got good
collect the
touch.
ball.
He got a good touch. He got about 13.
Looked like it was barely in his hand when he shot
That's
that.
all touch.
Simmons going one-on-one against Mobley. Can't convert.
Yeah, that was a chippy right there. You got to knock that down.
Mobley pushed away from the basket, and he's fouled. Lewis can't believe it.
Who's fouling him? Who's the foul on?
I thought it was on Lewis. As a timeout is called, the three-headed Monsters leading 31-24. But the Power, they have kept this close. Let's look at the Microsoft Player of the Week from last week. Winning in the voting is Michael Beasley, brand new to the Big 3 at 26 points in his debut. 2 4-point shots as well. Also, I mean, Joe Johnson's going to be in that conversation every single week, it seems. Glenn Rice Jr., who we're seeing today, too. And then one of the greatest 3-on-3 players internationally you will see in Bullock.
Yeah, Dusan, he's a tough cover. Last year, he gave us some buckets. Just his style of play is a little different than what we're used to.
And we're going to bring the fire here with this foul. Cuttino Mobley was fouled.
So the defense always wins, so let's see if I'm right.
Oh, false alarm.
Oh, okay.
A false bring the fire alarm. I know I'm just anxious to see it happen today, so I may have jumped the gun a bit, but certainly we'll see it later today.
What do you want to hear? You hear voice.
You can hear Cuttino Mobley in the huddle. What was it like for you playing specifically in this league with other guys who can kind of step in?
My guy was Jason Richardson. I had Jermaine O'Neal, the guys that know basketball, good vets, guys with great basketball IQ. And when they talk, you listen. And then you just got to go and see what the results are after you execute what what he's drawing up.
I mean, we know every coach in this league is one of the greatest of all time, already a Hall of Famer, if not will be one. Do you feel like they empowered players to speak up in huddles?
I mean, it's that, and it's cool to be able to be coached by Hall of Famers. And the guys that you grew up watching, the pioneers of the NBA and the ABA. It was always cool. Like for me, I had Dr. J as my coach, and that's my dad's favorite player. So my dad used to always talk about Dr. J and how cool he was. And then for me to actually get to know him over the years has been fantastic. He's one of the coolest guys I've ever met in my life.
Oh, that's awesome. Three-headed Monster still leading 31-26. Simmons, wild shot doesn't go, and Mobley fouled again.
He's going straight up. The ball didn't hit the rim. That was a good pass, too, though. He had two people cutting in the same area. Tripped by his own teammate.
You can see where Murphy just slaps him across the arm.
Cuttino Mobley, a.k.a. Uncle Drew.
He's still got it out here, though. He's still a go-to player. Yeah. We haven't yet seen Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, 2 players who are over 45 years old.
Yeah, I want to see Mark. Hopefully he gets in the game today.
And he's still definitely someone who can come in and knock down shots.
It's impressive, him being 50-something years old and still knock down shots and still has played basketball with a high motor.
Cuttino Mobley going to the bench. And because of his dedication, certainly because of his age too. He was out here before 9 a.m., before 8:45, warming up, dribbling the basketball, shooting, getting his body ready so he could compete today.
I mean, when you're 100 years old, that's what you got to do.
Oh, no.
You're 100, you got to be out here and lather up before it's too late. Because he know what it feels like to be older and be hurt. He was hurt with his hip a couple years last year, or the year before. He hurt his hip pretty bad, so he know what it feels like to to go out and get hurt. You don't want them problems.
Royce White Jr. 3-point play coming up. But what about this this look? If we can get another look at Mobley, that pink shorts look. You feeling that?
Those are the back in the day shorts. It's funny because he who is that plays for the Miami Heat? Man, what's his name? I can't even
While you think of that, Nate, let's go over our Bring the Fire rules, because I guess we don't. Everybody jumping the gun. Royce White Jr. was ready for it.
Put it back up. What are you stopping for?
That's a good point, Nate. Play through the whistle.
Hold on. Why y'all stopping? Look, right?
Well, it's going to be three-headed monsters basketball.
Yeah,
I don't think we've ever had an air
Nate.
ball in Big 3 history. I think
Come on.
that might be the first air ball from free throw line I've seen, literally.
You can be this good, this experienced, and it can still happen, I guess. As Murphy gets the roll and the foul.
So then that's foul. Way to play through all that. He got fouled like 4 times right there.
Murphy holding in the air, still able to finish. He's got 18 points, can add to that here. And the biggest lead of the game for the three-headed monsters to 8. Of course, the first team to 50 is the victor.
Now I see why Royce don't shoot no jumpers. Now I see why he only posts up.
Here is Klein, the floater.
Nice.
Beautiful touch.
Nice pump fake. That pump fake like he really came off the ground. They didn't know what to expect right there.
Klein, 16 points in his Big 3 debut, making an impact offensively, defensively in this one. Nancy Lieberman's son on the baseline. It is Murphy. He brings us to the break. A lightning first game of the day for Kevin Murphy and the three-headed monsters. Murphy is so skilled, cannot be stopped. Hand in his face, does not matter. Three-headed monsters up 8. The lead for the three-headed monsters. Time now to take a look at the Big 3 Heat Vision powered by Microsoft. Scout, take it away.
Yeah, I'm here at the Heat Vision. And listen, I've never seen a Big 3 game like this. Just one three-pointer. We're not even taking 4s along the way. But once again, as you see right here, look at all that work in the paint. And Nate, green is go. That's you. I've seen you with a lot of red at times.
Yeah, right.
I've also seen you with tons of green, but you mostly pull up from 15 feet.
Exactly, a mid-range killer.
Yeah,
So it's all greens.
Mid-range, you don't see much mid-range anymore with your shot chart.
Yeah, that's what I like about the Big 3 is that we do still see that kind of basketball that I know you deeply appreciate.
Yeah, you mean you got to mix it up a little bit. I told you, these two teams are the most post-up teams in the league. There's not going to be too many teams that post up like these guys.
Lewis and White were almost tied up. That goes out of bounds. Lewis holding his ground against White there in the post. And he'll try again. Physical battle. White, Klein flying in, and that's
There you go.
gonna be 2 for Lewis. That will count. Sticking with the play, Rashard Lewis. And Rice Jr. fouled on the floor. It's going to go against Jonathan Simmons. As the three-headed monsters open up a 10-point lead, trying to even up their record
Is this the same Jonathan that played in the NBA for San Antonio?
He did play 4 NBA seasons, still just 32 years old. I'm still calling 32 young. I'm sure you appreciate that as well. But yeah, it took a long road to get to the NBA. Went to 2 junior colleges, and you're right, did land with Houston, undrafted, went to the ABL summer camp. Get an explanation from the referee as Glenn Rice Jr. goes to the line. The bonus for the Power, so flipping the script of what we saw in the first half. And he can't get the 2-point free throw. Lewis wanting to post up against Klein. Klein pushing back and then whistled.
That was a good defense.
Too handsy, too physical?
I don't think so right there. I mean, what do you expect? He's 6'10" against 6'5". Like, bro, I'm behind the 8-ball.
He's trying to get an explanation for the referee, saying, hey, I just had my arm
I'm with you, bro.
There.
That was not a foul.
Should be able to hold my position. Murphy, tight defense from Rice as Murphy bounds in, finds Lewis.
Elbow jumper.
Can't get it that time. Klein finding White. Too
He
short.
shot a jumper, what?
Gets it back and slams it down with 2 hands. Still an 8-point game for the 3-headed Monsters on top, but you're right, White getting the kind of shot he wants.
Yeah, not that 3-pointer. That was... good ball movement. That was great ball movement right there.
Nice feed, good timing.
Come on, refs, man. We don't got all day. Y'all calling too many fouls right now.
That is going to be a foul against Klein again. Simmons.
The refs got to stop calling so many fouls. Jeez.
Lewis will drain the long range too. But maybe some of the players have to adapt to, saying like, well, maybe things are going to be a little ticky-tack.
Yeah, you got to get out there and start shooting them. That's what Power needs in 3-point shots or and ones.
But they're going to try and maybe get their way back into this game with 2s. Still got some time, although the 3-headed Monsters closing in on a victory with 43 points as Simmons. That will bounce out. Klein diving for it. Great effort. And White will finish underneath. Good ball movement by the Power last couple of plays. As there is a whistle.
I'm telling you, Klein does all the little things. I'm starting to like his game. Never seen him play. He's hustling.
Nice feed from Rice into White. Just one-handed, whips it in there. He's going to clean the floor before play continues, but the Power need stops here.
Yeah,
and you're right, 3s.
Need some 3s, man. Need some 3s. Hopefully next game we commentate to get some 3s in there, because this has been straight post-ups. They're playing bully ball today.
Can I say, though, that that's something I enjoy?
Oh, good steal.
Enjoying it a lot. As Rice goes into the paint again.
Hard to shot the 3. Good hands. He got good hands.
Is that something growing up, or not just growing up, throughout your entire career, where coaches want to see deflections, no matter what level it is?
Then that's the best thing you can do. Always try to get a fingernail on the ball if you can, defensively. Means you're locked. It means you're dialed in. You're locked in.
A timeout on the floor. Three-headed Monsters leading 42-36. Help select the Microsoft Big 3 Player of the Week. Go to big3.com or the Big 3 social media accounts to vote. Data rates may apply. I know we still have a couple more games today, Nate, but I know I've even thought about, Kevin Murphy, he's an example with 21 points. Jason Richardson had 21 yesterday. The Pargo brothers putting on a show for the
that was fun
triplets.
to watch
And then how
yesterday.
about Mike Taylor, Chris Johnson? They both had great games yesterday as well.
Yeah, it was a great game yesterday. A lot of excitement, a lot of great plays. Played into the crowd. It was just awesome.
Listen to me. Fuck you. Fuck his shirt.
42-36 is the three-headed Monsters lead. So the Power needing to chip away to get stops. Trying to preserve what is a 1-0 start this season after beating Tri-State last week. Although a Tri-State team that didn't have Jason Richardson.
Yeah. He had nice move.
Difficult shot by Simmons. Goes through as he falls to the ground.
That was nice.
Tripped up is White. Lewis and Klein go to check on him. Had that screech nobody likes of skin across the floor.
That's a strong man falling.
Yes. Here's that look at that Simmons bucket. How was that not blocked? How did he not just fall down?
Faded away. Look, step back, fade away, held the ball off the glass. Kiss off the glass was nice.
Wonder if Rice might have gotten him on the elbow too because he created so much separation. White
No more air balls.
makes up for that free throw. Swishes that one.
Get on the.
Completely erased now. And he's kind of running the point here for the Power. Klein with speed. That floater looks nice. I've seen that a few times from him, and he is bringing the intensity. But Simmons bowls over him for two.
Scoring that wheel. He's going right at him.
We've got point game if the three-headed Monsters can get
a four-pointer.
But Royce White will go to the free throw line for a two-point shot.
Shots at his hands drop. Let's see. Nope. They were down. See, this is when you can play the game right here. You score, you get the ball back when you get fouled when you're in the bonus. You got to knock down the free throw. That's tough.
Going back up with it is Junior, but 46-42. The three-headed Monsters trying to hold on
That's
to
a good thing that if he's like that. Because he's showing that you can be an elderly man and still playing with the young bucks.
Absolutely. Rice Jr. will be called for a charge. Simmons stepping in. A big defensive play.
Huge.
So Simmons will be the inbounder. Still point game officially, though, as Brian Scalabrine pointed out, I'm not seeing very many threes at all. Certainly no 4-point even attempts. I think there was maybe one by Murphy. Even though you see all these players warming up out to that distance. And of course, in the Big 3, the three-point line is NBA distance. Simmons doesn't look like a three-headed monster. Is looking for four, and he is fouled by Klein.
Bring the fire. Bring the fire.
Simmons and Klein, and they are going to bring the fire. Klein whistled for the foul, and here's a reminder of these rules. First team to 50 will win, but for bring the fire, two players who are fouled go one-on-one. They have 10 seconds to score. So it will be Simmons trying to get a bucket against TJ Klein. Klein looking locked in. Simmons goes right and doesn't get it. And Klein pumped up about that.
Try to tell you guys, defense always wins in this for some reason.
Klein fired up, feeling like they can still make this victory happen. It's within reach, just a couple possessions. Even for this power team that's been basically only scoring twos the entire game. Klein off a curl, the right hand is good.
He has a nice knack around the basket.
What a run by the Power, 12-4. When it seemed like the three-headed monsters could have had this all locked up. Lewis misses everything, and the chance continues for the Power. What a concerted, connected comeback for them.
And they're playing harder. They wanted more. They wanted more. They understand they get fouled, they get the ball back. I'm trying to get to the basket and get fouled to make the free throw and get the ball back.
On the baseline, it is Power basketball, and they still have the potential to take the lead. Inside, and it's Lewis for an easy two, a breakdown there.
Man, that's a tough call right there, man. They got... Here we go.
White looking for his shot, calling his own number, not there.
You gotta take it back, yep.
Three-headed monsters win on the next bucket. It is Murphy, no. Klein probing and turning it over. Simmons knows to try and score. Murphy can now end it with one free throw.
This game. This game. Can't turn the ball over. That's in 3-on-3. You cannot turn it over. There's no help. They're about to get that layup.
Just outside of his reach. This is something with week 2 where you can really see the connectivity start to take shape at that time. An ill-timed turnover. And an ejection from this contest.
And the referees, man, when you miss a couple calls, and he's rightfully so to argue that, I mean, it happens.
So he'll be escorted out, and here is how that happened.
He told the ref that was a soft foul.
And that was it. So Murphy can get the victory for the three-headed monsters. He does. 50-44 is the final. Kevin Murphy, 23 points. A fantastic comeback by the Power, but the three-headed monsters take this one, go to 1-1.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of teams with this kind of record. It's not gonna be like one team that dominates the league this year. They're playing great basketball.
Well, Kevin Murphy at 32 years old, trying to build off a great first season in the Big 3. He's off to a great start and standing by with Scout.
All right, thanks. I'm here with Kevin Murphy. So, you guys, man, 1-2 punching you and Simmons. You started out, Simmons carried you through, and you closed the game out. Like, that's how you guys got to play without Reggie Evans out here?
For sure, we have to. Losing Reggie Evans, that was a big piece. That's a big part of our team. But, we had to see what we had last week, see how we play together. And this game, we came out and put it together, man.
Normally, you get it going from the outside. Today, it seemed like all you had to do was keep getting to the basket. Was that the game plan going in, or that's what the game dictated?
Man, did you hear Reggie Theus over here talking about if you shoot a jumper, you coming out? He kept saying, you shoot a jumper, you coming out. So, we kept attacking, getting free throws. So that's how we won the game, just driving and getting free throws, for real.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scout. Just one three-pointer for either of these teams the entire game. Like you said, Nate, a bully ball kind of matchup. The three-headed monsters come out on top. We will take a break, but plenty more Big 3 action coming your way today. We have game number 2 coming up. The 0-1 enemies taking on 0-1 Bivouac. We're going to see Gerald player coach kind of role. Number 1 of the day, though, goes to the three-headed monsters, both playing the power 1 and 1.
Can we get a sweater out here for me? I'm really